it really led to the question, that's great that Teachers Pay Teachers has this fundraising for materials, but do we really need to fundraise in the first place? So I started the speech shelf when I had noticed that graduate students were either sacrificing additional time on creating resources, creating the therapy materials, or they're sacrificing money on spending the materials. And as graduate students, we don't have a lot of either. We don't have a lot of time and we don't have a lot of money because we're trying to get to that point. Notice when I was applying for grad schools, there were some graduate schools where it was hard for me to find even the price tag on them and how much it costs. Different websites, trying to calculate the cost myself, and that stress alone was a lot for me. So I think when we just start naming prices, that is enough to open the conversation. Is there change? And also expose if prices are too high. Textbooks have an 800% inflation rate since the 1970s, more than the inflation rate of housing. So I always like to think about how can we mitigate that cost for grad students who haven't even gotten their first paycheck yet and need to pay
Right.
for this textbook. So I think when we just talk about the prices, it opens a lot of conversation for change. I think something that I have noticed affects graduate students is those little costs along the way that come out of nowhere. Because when costs come out of nowhere, there's that unpredictability and there's that stress for students.
People don't want to get into the conversation of how much they make or how much you could potentially make in a particular setting, but it really does guide your decision making about where you want to be. But like you mentioned, it's expensive to live
Right,
these days, the basics, the minimum. So
right.
we do want to be able to be well compensated for the work that we're doing.
It's $5 a month. It's less than a latte at Starbucks, at least for me.